What's going on, YouTube family? We are back with another video, and yo, we are excited about today's video because we are talking about One Piece chapter 1054. And bruh, did Oda bring it or what? Bruh, he came back on epic status. Bruh, this is one super freaking chapter that Oda just drew on us like, bruh. I'm so excited about this chapter because of all that happened, the action, the bombshells. Man, there was so much going on and so much to unpack in this chapter. It's insane. But before we get into anything, let's go ahead and remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so you get the content as soon as I drop it. And of course, make sure you hit that like button so we can keep the channel growing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, man, because as you can see, I'm super freaking excited about this chapter. Oda has just insanely blew my mind with this chapter because, well, we knew that he was probably going to try and step his game up because he's been talking about it ever since he left. You know, my last video was talking about the letter that he dropped, saying that he's going to be dropping all kinds of secrets, all kinds of nuggets, tying everything around full circle. He was just going to be going all kinds of crazy, but we never expected this. So we start off again with a reflection of the fact on a colored panel that we have four emperors, two of which are new: Buggy, Shanks, Blackbeard, Luffy. Hey, they holding it down. Got their wanted poster pictures up there. I'm kinda excited about seeing what Buggy's new bounty is, and also I feel like Blackbeard's bounty has changed too. So we still have yet to even see what those are gonna be. But like I've said in previous videos, I feel like they're still gonna be up there. So we still have a lot to see. Plus, we haven't seen any of the other Straw Hats bounties, so on and so forth. But we start off the chapter with being in the Flower Capital. Green Bull has already dispatched the King, Queen, and the rest of the Beast Pirates. And so the Scabbards decide that they want to step in and say, hey, you know what? This country has been going through so much for the last 20 years. I'm sorry, bro. We can't allow you to interfere with what has just come about. We understand that we're closed off from the world, all the other kind of stuff. Green Bull is like, yo, this is completely different. Y'all were disconnected from the rest of the world, and we got to keep y'all online. There's rules and regulations y'all got to follow, and I'm here to keep y'all in check. And whatever I have to do to get the Straw Hat Luffy as well, I'm gonna do it. So either get out of my way or I'm gonna get you out of my way. So they kind of have a standoff. They don't really show too much action specifically, but it's enough to let you know that they about to tussle. And then of course Green Bull shows off his forest fruit and turns the whole daggum place into a giant forest, just like Ferngully in this joint. It's like, what in the world's going on here? But the Scabbards, who have had plenty of rest, they got back on their feet and all that kind of stuff. They ain't no slouches though. They in there, slicing off parts of his limbs and stuff like that. Of course he's a plant, so he can regrow them easily. But hey, they ain't taking things laying down. Plus, they had Yamato helping them out. And of course, Yamato still reminds us that she is Kaido's son. But of course, Green Bull also recognizes this when he takes the club to the head and is like, hey, yeah, okay, you got some hockey there, I see. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely tell that that's from Kaido. Yeah, that's definitely some of Kaido's hockey right there. Then even Momonosuke tries to get into the action, but he's still kind of pathetic because he tries to emulate Kaido with the blast breath and smoke. So, not giving up, he goes in for the bite, and then, well, Green Bull kind of turns him into a Luffy Kaido situation and just ropes him up and tosses him off to the side, kind of in a way. So that was short lived. Appreciate the effort, Momonosuke, but sorry, bruh. And then we cut from them, and we see this boat. This boat we have seen several times before pulls up to Wano. Is in the seas around Wano. And guess who is back in the building? Oh my god. We have Shanks in the building. He has come to see Luffy. What is really going on? Oh man, and he has a couple flashback moments himself where he's like, man, the last time we was here, we was sending off Odin for the last time, you know, dropping him off so he can go back to being the daimyo here. And he was like, well, you know, Momo and he already probably all grown up by now, you know. But what does Red Hair Shanks have in his hand? None other than Luffy's bounty. And they're aware that he's been acknowledged as one of the emperors now. So, of course, Shanks is doing nothing, but he can't help but smile and be like, yo, you finally became that great pirate I was talking about. They're excited, man. They're pumped up. They're like, man, we are about to see the homie. It's been years since we've seen him. But one person in particular... Yasopp is still not ready to see Usopp. So he's like, no, man, no, I ain't ready at all, man. I'm chilling, I ain't ready for that yet. Let me get a little bit more time. Oh, man, but then, you know, the nostalgia goes on even further, and then we get a flashback of when they first took the Gum fruit, or now known as the Hito no Mi Maro Sanganika. Man, and the crazy part about it was, in this flashback, they're like, man, the Marines are like, man, we don't even have any real treasure. What does he want with us? All we got is this freaking fruit that's not, what is it? It isn't even really a big deal. All it does is make you rubbery, right? So, and that was actually Who's Who that even said that, which is actually kind of cool that we got a chance to see him actually being a Marine at that time. That ends up being a very, very quick flashback, because then they shoot back to gradually going into the story. So, of course, we see Shanks with Luffy. We also get a chance to revisit the Sea King taking off Shanks' arm, which is tragic. They start kind of coming back up to the present slowly, where, you know, now they're talking about the progress of Luffy, how the government is describing him as a rampaging demon monkey. I don't know really how I feel about that particular statement, but, you know, we're not going to touch on that. We're going to leave that alone. Shanks actually says he doesn't have the intent on meeting up with Luffy. So it actually kind of makes you wonder, like, did he just come as kind of like a mediator, like he did with Marineford, to just kind of like damage control, to make sure that nothing like hinders his plans? Because we still don't really know what Shanks' role in this whole thing is. Or do we? Because right after Shanks says, hey, I don't have any plans of doing a reunion with Luffy here, he then pours himself a drink of sake and turns to his homie Beckman and is like, hey Beckman, don't you think it's about that time you know, to go claim it. The One Piece. Man, and then they showed him all up close and personal with, the scars, and it's all menacing. You can just imagine how they're going to animate this. It's going to be kind of crazy. In fact, the way the panel looks, they could actually end the episode with that look, and that would be like perfect. That would be a perfect ending for an episode. Either way, the chapter does continue though, because then we well, I don't even know if I can leave off of that, because this raises so many questions. Because it's like, hold on a second now. Is it time to go claim the One Piece? Does that mean that you know how to get there and you actually have access to it, but you have a plan in mind? Your wheels are turning right about now. What's going on in that red-haired head of yours, Shanks? What's going on, partner? What are you not telling us, man? You seem to have a game plan that you ain't sharing with the rest of the class, man. What's going on? Tell me. It was weird in my ear. I ain't gonna tell nobody. You can whisper it in my ear. But yeah. Alright, so then we go ahead and switch gears and go on over to Navy headquarters, where we're having a little back and forth with Akainu and some other nobodies, I guess, in the Marines. I don't really ever recognize anybody except for the main people. But they start off talking about Flame Emperor Sabo, how he's making a name for himself ever since he took over the Mera Mera no Mi, and he is just going crazy. He's become like a champion for the whole entire world. Everybody's yelling his name, and now we know why. We seen posters of him in other chapters. People actually celebrating him and, going crazy, and it's like, hey, yo, this is why everybody is excited about this man. But then they dropped the news. Everything went silent. Bruh, when I saw this panel right here, all I could do is bruh. Everybody was thinking that the news that they were spreading was that Sabo had died, or he had been captured by the revolution. He's the Revolution Army. People were thinking that he had been caught by the world government and was going to be executed. I kind of figured that wasn't necessarily the case, because that would be too redundant, and Oda is too good of a writer and builds too good of a world to do something like that. He already, killed off Ace, which is Luffy's brother, had Luffy go crazy trying to save him, kind of failed in that effort. He ain't going to do the same thing with Sabo. I kind of knew that wasn't going to be the case, but who knew that this would be the big news that everybody was talking about? Mind blown. Oh my goodness. They are trying. I seriously doubt this is true. It can't be. It can't be. There's no way in the world this is true. No way. Not in a million years. But they're going to sit here and say that Sabo killed King Cobra Nefertari. You go crazy. There has to be something else. And then on top of it, Vivi has now gone missing shortly after. I feel like maybe Sabo kind of snuck off with them. He may have made it look like he killed them or something like that, but I have a feeling that if there was a scene where it may have looked like he killed them, but then he, engulfed him in his flames, kept him safe, and then took off with them. Because it also says that Sabo and the rest of the revolutionaries that were actually in Merijawa, the Holy Lands, did actually manage to get my homie Kuma and escape. Bruh. The Nefertari family going missing was part of their plan, but not Sabo killing. I seriously doubt that. There's no way in the world that's a real story. I have a feeling that they're gonna pop up sooner or later, probably back in Alabasta. Especially since Alabasta never signed a treaty to become part of the world government. They kind of stuck to themselves and was like, "No, we don't want to be part of this. Y'all ain't gonna. We a royal family, but y'all ain't gonna get us strapped up in that. No, we don't want no part of that." But my mind is still so blown from the fact that they're trying to blame Sabo for saying that Sabo killed King Nefertari. What in God's green earth is going on in here? They went into more detail about what actually happened, what the revolutionaries were doing while they were in the Holy Lands. Said they blew up one of the buildings. They were destroying noble houses, pretty much declaring war on the government and saying, "Hey, you know what? This is that time. We finally decided it's about to go down." So, bruh, this chapter has been absolutely positively crazy because not only while they were causing so much havoc, Fujitora and Green Bull, before he left to go to Wano, were trying to combat them and try and get everything under control, and still, they got Kuma and dipped. Tell me how dope you gotta be to make that happen. Come on, man. Are you serious? And Fujitora ain't no joke, man. We saw in Dressrosa that Fujitora ain't no joke. His ability is dope. And in the last couple chapters, we seen the Green Bull ain't no joke, man. He came through and slaughtered a whole pirate crew, Kaido's pirate crew. Granted, they were on the weak side. Granted, they were already worn out from battle, but they were a week removed from that battle, so they had plenty of time to regain their strength. And Green Bull still came and just wiped the floor with everybody. So you tell me, bruh. I'm not really sure what is going to come about with both Vivi and Cobra going missing. If that's actually going to end up being them staying gone for a hot minute, and then Alabasta goes crazy and goes into panic and all that kind of stuff, because that's what they're saying in the chapter. Or if this was orchestrated, Sabo does what I said I feel like he's going to do. Take them back to Alabasta, have them do what they got to do, keep their presence hidden, but at least the kingdom of Alabasta at least is aware, hey, the king and princess are back, so we don't have anything to worry about. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but Oda will surely let us know in time. I have a feeling that I'm right in regards to that, but wow, world government, you are doing anything and everything you can to make sure that you ruin this man's reputation. And I guess that would make sense since he's trying to ruin yours. So, eye for an eye? Not really sure. But hey, we're gonna end right there. because and that's essentially it. There was just a little bit more banter between the admirals and all that good stuff. There wasn't anything really too crazy outside of that. But hey, man, y'all tell me what y'all thought about this. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about this chapter, man, because this chapter was absolutely positively bananas. I'm telling you, my man Oda, he came back, guns smoking. I'm telling you, bruh, mind blown. But hey, y'all hit me up in the comment section down below. Continue the comments and continue the conversation, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.